you don't hear the washer too bad, too loud. Hopefully, I can talk over it and you'll hear me enough to, I can talk over it. You won't hear it as much. But check it out. I had to do this video while I got the time. I had to do this video. This video is gonna be about, and I'm gonna talk a little bit close to the camera. It may not be a long live today, but the very fair. What I mean by that, you live in life, you gonna realize all these moralistic points of views and moralistic ways. You know what we were told religiously. First of all, you gotta understand religion was meant to control. Look at it how I don't care how you look at it, but it was meant to control. You got different sets of religion. You got Hindus who are very peaceful people. You got the Taoists, it's kind of similar. You got the Islam people who kind of are to like, the same similar viewpoint of Christianity, but Islam practices more so the physical works. Christianity practices faith without the works. And the thing you have to realize, the world that we live in, if you hold yourself to think that that you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Don't do this because this gonna be lit this way. Nah, I'm gonna do the right thing. No. If you pay as above, so below, right? So we ask ourselves, why do the people down here that tend to cheat the most and play the game not by the rules tend to get the furthest? They actually get further, don't they? Exactly. And the as above, so below, that's letting you know that's the reference that these things are playing out on the highest level. You know, the same way how, sorry, the same way how the same way how down here currency, right? Currency plays out physically with money, right? Money, gold, pain, change, diamonds, jewels, crystals, rubies. Um, what a person has, what's the word I say? What they physically have tangible to them that they can give to others. But in the higher realm, money plays a higher density. So it's not a physical thing, money and stuff like that. There's a physicality to that realm, yes, and there's physical. I'm saying it's not on the low like it is here with physical paper, money, and bargaining system. It works on higher levels. So, for instance, right, that's the esoteric realm in the spirit realm, right? That's the spirit realm. So things play out less dense. So money sometimes can take the shape or form of energy. You see what I'm saying? Like energy, uh, internal energies, things that are less dense, that are light. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Let me see how I can explain it. So you know how like you have sexual energy, you have emotional energy. That's heart chakra energy, like emotions and feelings. You have creative energy, um, dealing with you know what I'm saying, like creativity, imagination. All that is a form of energy, right? Meditation. That's clairvoyance energy. There's many different types of energies, and when you ascend, hopefully, if and when you do, eventually gonna ascend anyway. When you get to that world, you're gonna see it the same way that it's even more energies than what you thought was down here. But that's their way of currency. When they get born into those vessels up there, it's less dense. So a lot of beings, human beings, can fly. Animals, you see, certain animals can fly now, but in that realm, you got it's certain like what you would consider lion beings that got wings and shit. This is why in the Bible, in certain texts, you see certain references of horses with wings. That's a Pegasus. Lions with wings. You see what I'm saying? Being on the right hand of God or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's not even the point of the video. But the point that I'm making is energy and currency play out in different ways up there. And imagine a world, right? I'm talking about the spirit world, where you think that okay, I gotta work at McDonald's. I'm broke. I gotta work here. Oh, if I don't make my one too, if I don't join a certain job, I can't get paid. I can't have nowhere to live. You know. So imagine that on a higher level in the sense of energy. Imagine if okay, if I don't got enough energy, I ain't gonna eat. I ain't gonna be able to survive. You see what I'm saying? If I don't, whatever energy signature is deal with. So you gotta understand how people steal money down here. They'll steal money. They'll they'll cheat people out of the money. They'll lie. They'll do all kind of wicked things to lie and mischievously be cunning to take other people's money and lie about it. That's happening up there with energy. So you got beings that attention is energy. You got beings that want you to give all of its attention and a lie to you and tell you that it's God, so you can have all the smaller beings and all that to give you its energy, to power it up and give it its source. That's the way it eats, and that's how the way it gets rich. The way you see Arabs down here, and you think Arabs are rich, everything as above, so below. So the same way you see Arabs down here, rich people down here, different things, Beverly Hills down here, there's representations of that in the spirit realm. There's spiritual in the spiritual realm. You have poor people, poor spirits who can't get that one too. They probably are much smaller spirits, and then you have more rich spirits, spirits that are filled with brightness and light and stuff like that. Um, some that went the right hand path in the sense of they made it did it more in a more righteous way, in a sense of a more just way. They made it went more internal to build their own energies up, to build their own currency. You got certain spirits who stole and wanted other and lied to make other people think that it's something that is not to give it its energy and steal other people's energy. But either way, it's really no right or wrong. But I'm here to say this, right? A shout out to Mystical Mistro in the chat, Mistro in the chat. But absolutely, you know what I'm saying, world not built off fairness and exactly. That's my whole point. So you gotta understand, don't look at things like, oh, I need to be this type of way. I need to not do this because this is morally wrong. No, you're gonna realize that the universe that we live in, if you see beings down here getting away with doing the things that they're doing and they're getting paid for, people always say, oh, you get karma back. But no, not necessarily. I'm gonna do a video probably either tomorrow or soon about karma too. But I'll give you a brief rundown here. Karma don't work out the way that y'all think. It's not like I did something so I get that back. You stand in a certain pattern or vibe. You if say you killed somebody, right? I'm gonna just say this. Say you took somebody's life. That don't mean that necessarily you're gonna get killed. What that means is you have to wash your hands. This is why people that might have done something wrong, but if they jump out of that vibration and stop doing that. It's almost like getting grace. So even if you do experience certain something back, it won't be on a mass level. Let me give you an example. Say Young and Nace took somebody's life, right, in Jacksonville or something like that, right? And later on in this life or next life, say he do get shot in the leg. It may be like you get shot in the leg, but you can still walk, you still be fine. Now you got a testimony, a story to tell other people. You see what I'm saying? Or you might get shot in the shoulder, but the bullet may graze the shoulder. It's no real serious injury. You just might have a little tiny little scar. You tell people, yeah, man, I got shot, but you can still run, jump. It didn't change the way you look or nothing. You still healthy. You see what I'm saying? But you gotta jump yourself out of that vibration. But the reason why people get back karma a lot of times is because they stuck in that vibration. Say, rest in peace to Fulio. I don't want to use an example because I actually bought Fulio. But say somebody got shot and they got off, their life got took or something like that, right? Rest in peace to them. They made us. They if they did take somebody's life in the previous life or maybe this life and you didn't know it, they might have not jumped out of that vibration. So they might have still had, okay, I still want to take somebody's life on their mind. Whether they did it or not, you're in a certain vibration in general and you stand in that vibration. So you accumulate everything that's in that space. So if you in a, let's say, a God forbid, a murderous space, that's the vibration you're in. So if you don't know how to, you may deal with that, but then jump out of that and get out of that vibration, so it don't come back and hit you. The routine that come back and that goes around, comes around in that circle, don't come back and hit you full force. You gotta learn to jump out of that. This is what they mean being light as a feather. It's not about something looking down on you like, this person shot this person. What the? They're gonna get it too. Ooh, Santa loves you. No, it don't work like that. It's more of a situation where you manifest these things. So the vibration that you're in is what you're gonna manifest. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you have concepts of you can have this elite government system who made slavery, took over the Native Americans that was here in America. Did all kind of crazy stuff. Cheated people out. They do negative stuff today, making people work for crumbs. But yet they got they're trillionaires and stuff like that. But you don't see them getting their back, and they've been doing this since like the 1400s. Actually, technically in the BC times, because that's the same Roman world government that you see today. Everything was always a one world government, but you had different ones that ruled at different times. But what I'm saying is, excuse me, you see them still taking over, and you don't see them necessarily get that back. So technically, that's like that. I'm sorry, hold on. They kind of went out. So technically, what I was saying was, you don't see the elite world government system getting anything back. So that's the universe actually support people taking things. I'm not saying go harm nobody, but the universe actually support people like the dog eat dog world. The universe kind of support that because what exactly? Shout out to Mistro. Yeah, you have to be very careful what you watch and listen to. You have to understand that the universe actually support going out and getting what's yours. The universe support people who help themselves. And if that take the shape or form of you going out and getting what you need to get because you need to eat, regardless of how anybody else feels about that, then the universe is going to actually support you for that. This is why people that tend to step on other people, net tend to get further in life because the universe is like a grand eighth, ninth dimensional being. How do you think it got there? You're gonna expand in the sand anyway. It got there by using those things. Not I'm gonna do another video on this because it gets deep because the universe that we think of that's technically the only verse. There's multiple different verses. They're just bigger spaces. Like a universe is a space that has a whole bunch of galaxies. Same way how one galaxy got a whole bunch of solar systems. A verse would be a being like that that has a whole bunch of galaxies in it, even bigger. So there's multiple different verses. So I want to let y'all know that just because one being that we may live in, the same way even with Earth, Earth deal with growth, practicality, system, routine. That's something that's good to equip for your next astral travel. But don't think that just because you live in this being and that's the way these things work, that it's gonna work out there and that's gonna work like that in every planet and every world you go to. Because every world you go to ain't gonna deal with the same thing either. I just want to let y'all know just because this universe and this galaxy that you in may resonate with the energy of taking, stealing, dog eat dog world, step on other people's necks, whatever you got to do to get it. That don't mean that every other verse in galaxy deals with that too. So that's why I say there's no right and wrong. Some galaxies may bump with only internally going within internally and not taking nobody else's spaces. Other galaxies deal with other things. You know what I'm saying? So don't get lost into that. There's no right or wrong to these things. I'm just saying, don't think that you need to sell yourself short or not do something. You see what I'm saying? This is why people do blood sacrifices. I'm not encouraging anybody to do anything. Do everything at your own discretion. But you got people that do blood sacrifices, voodoo, magic, all kind of things. None of these things are right or wrong. It's only how you do it. Like I said, wash your hands. If you're in a negative vibration of sending curses at people, you're gonna stay in that vibration. 9 times 10, you gonna get that back. But if you feel like it was a real purpose that somebody did it, because God knows intent too. If you feel like it's a particular intent that you had because a actual purpose a person did wrong to you, that's different. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Mystical Mistro. I'm gonna get off here soon, but I'm gonna answer your question. You said, so you saying there's many beings we live in? Yes. There's always life within life. The same way we have cells within us, we're a cell and living organism in the planet that we live in. The way NASA gives you it, yeah, my phone about to die, but I'm gonna say this. Since my phone about to die, I'm gonna say this. Um, we look at it, the way scientists make you look at it is actually wrong. It's not you living on the outside of a ball. It's actually you living within something. This is why when you think of portals and all that stuff like that, that's what we technically live in. It's like something being we're encased in something. You see what I'm saying? We're in the world. This is why you can't fully look and see out of it the same way as if you was to like be in the astral realm and you look down on Earth, it would look completely different than you being in it because you're a smaller organism in you. That's like your blood cells. You're a physical being to your blood cells, but you're on a higher dimensional level, so you're actually less dense. So to you, there's a physicality to you, but to them, they could literally see through you because the level of dimension of life is so small. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, life within life. We live in a planet that lives in the solar system. There's a solar system that lives in the galaxy. And mind you, this is only one galaxy that houses millions of solar systems or thousands or whatever of solar systems. There's like thousands of different galaxies. Think about what I just said. Really think. Really think. There's thousands of solar systems in one galaxy, right? Thousands or millions or whatever of solar systems in one galaxy. Yet there's thousands of galaxies. So all the life that's out there, y'all just got lost into this space we call Earth, and y'all chose to come here probably based off of desire or resignation. But there's many other. This is why I encourage expansion. I encourage the expansion of imagination because the spirit could only go to where internally your imagination has the capacity to be for. If all you dream and think about all day is Earth and you never have an imagination for anything else, all you imagine is Earth, then when you die, you're gonna go into that world, the Earth. That's your eternal world. You die, you're gonna go right back into Earth. That's all your spirit knows. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you ascend is by expanding the imagination and also becoming light, becoming lighter. Meditation, um, lightening your load. That's what the concept of rising is. You see what I'm saying? But with that being said, I love all y'all. Let me see. Sheep of Jesus. We live with demons and angels. 3D demons. Fallen angels, shapeshifters, drugs until it's like they are in the gun. And there's a deep. It's no right or wrong to anything. Sheep of Jesus Christ. I actually believe you. Do I think these things are physically shape shifting like they're saying? No, but there's a deep science to what you're saying of allegories and what the Masons and Jews and all those point to in their references of what they believe and stuff like that. And symbolism and all that stuff like that. But what you're saying is technically right. Because there's symbolism to how they view when you talk about let's see, fallen angels. Uh, a lot of us are the fallen angels. We fell from grace to be manifested in this heavier, dense world in the first place. We fell short. We fell lower from God. We're all trying to arise back into the highest realm, what we would call. That's what they point to as heaven. But they make it seem like you got to do stuff down here physically to get there. No, you got to lighten up your load and get some type of enlightenment to get there. You don't get there by physical shit. You get there by enlightenment. You see what I'm saying? Internal shit. Oh, shout you, Mr. Fisher. I hear what you're saying about the Dolo. I'll be watching Dolo too. You said the Dolo. I really gotta get off soon because my phone's starting to overheat. Let me see if I can. If my phone cut off abruptly, just know it's because it overheated. But I'm gonna try to get to you. All right? Because the Dolo live be confusing. Thanks for the info. For sure, for sure. Thousands of blood cells. Like, yeah. Enlightenment means having inner light. Enlightenment, in light, right? In light, in going within, light, having your own light within. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't have your own light within, and all you carry to your dream space, your dream world, and all you think about in imagination, because that's one of your spiritual powers, imagination. If all you imagine is Earth, then you technically giving your power to the government, because guess what? You as a spirit did not create Earth. Now, teamwork makes the dream work, but this is not technically your creation. So instead of having your own creation so you can die and go and be lightly and free and go into that world, you'll be lost into this 3D world and repeat this shit like that. But it's not necessarily no right or wrong thing, because even if you do get lost in the earth, eventually you're going to get tired, though. Eventually you're going to get tired. You're going to want, because you're going to be tired. You as a spirit, your spirit going to let you know, intuition going to let you know you already did this before. So it's going to be nothing else to fulfill you here. This is why people take their lives a lot of times, especially celebrities, though, because they don't already been here. They already did it 1,000 times, and they actually tired of it subconsciously. If they're not spiritually awoken, they may not be able to point to what's going on to be like, oh. But they might catch themselves saying, man, F this ish. You know what I'm saying? Bump this, man. This ain't it. I'm tired of this. You know what I'm saying? Not even knowing that they don't already been through this cycle before. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about lightening your load and stuff like that. And ascending in that manner, lighting your load, being light as a feather, so you don't get manifested back into this heavy 3D realm of reality. But I got y'all. Y'all hit me up in the comments. I'm telling you, hit me up in the comments. Ask any questions that you want. Mystical Mitchell, Sheep of Jesus Christ. Shout everybody out that's watching right now, the viewers in here that's watching. I'm telling you, if y'all have any questions, hit me in the comment. I'll make a whole live for y'all, all right? Much love. I appreciate y'all. Let me read this. The reason why our bodies try not to let us remember that state in us. Yeah, facts. That state in us. Yeah, hey, and the mystical about the Dolo thing, I agree with you a little bit. I feel like Dolo do kind of be like vague, but I feel like he has the right starting points. I just feel like probably because him being triple fire, he probably don't like be able to articulate it the right way for it to be understood to the average third dimensional being. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes he like don't say it articulate enough. You know what I mean? So I know what you mean. Because it could be a lot to grip, it could be a lot to handle. But I know what you mean. And another thing about Dolo sometimes, because this ain't no hate crime, because I bump with Dolo. We just seeing how we view things. I look at it too. Sometimes I feel like he'll give you a different answer or opinion depending on how he feels. Like you might come in one day and be like, it's important. I realize it's important to expand imagination because the government want us to only focus on the 3D world, aka Earth. So that's how they get us into constantly reincarnating, right? In Nolo One Live, I actually bump with you and be like, that's true, and I'm glad that you said that because so many people are lost into this world with what they have on their mind, right? But in another live, you may come in and say the same thing, and he'll be like, oh, the imagination, that's the light, that's lostness. But really, it's truth in both of those things. But it's just saying you don't want to get lost in any imagination because the same way you got lost here in Earth, this was somebody's imagination. You reincarnated down here. If you get too lost into another imagination, you'll get lost in that world cycle. But my whole point is, it's still no right or wrong, and I can still win that fight because at the end of the day, your spirit's still supposed to experience and expand anyway. One, so by having imagination and broader imagination of other worlds, one, you expand and still expand your spirit. And then two, the other benefit is, guess what? You a lot of times you'll be less dense. Our imagination, say you imagine realms that you can fly, you're less dense. So that means you're not as heavy. Things are much less dense. Things are lighter. You're in a more angelic realm. You're still closer to God. So either way, it's a win-win. You see what I'm saying? Now every realm, I don't care if you're living in a Sonic universe. Every realm got its ups and downs. Every realm got its negatives and positives. You know what I'm saying? But negatives and positives are not necessarily bad on their own. These are just energy signatures. But you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all. Like I said again, leave comments on it on this vid of things you want me to answer, cause I got you. Like I said, I make a whole video, I make a whole live about it. All right. Much love to y'all.